Hi friends, welcome into the craft room. My name is Susan and I'm an independent designer with Chalk Couture, but I love to come on here and show you guys lots of different ways to do upcycles and projects that will just kind of bring some joy to you for creating, but also to beautify your home. So today I'm going to do a project where we're going to upcycle this really cute it's glass cloche egg that I got from Bullseye's Playground. So I'm not sure if you guys grabbed one of these or not, but if not, stay tuned because you want to see how we're going to turn it into something that's really cute. Pretty easy process today. I think you guys are going to love it. Let's go ahead and get started. We are going to use one of my transfers from my fabulous transfer set called Hippity Hop. And I think we're actually going to use this one, and I'll show you why, my inspiration for why. But obviously you can see there are 6 different cute designs on here. There were several I had to choose from, but I decided to go with this one. So we'll set that aside for a moment because we'll come back to that. What we're going to do to get started is they come with, or mine did anyway, with like this hard piece of plastic that kind of holds the glass to the wood base, which of course is very convenient so you don't accidentally drop it and break it. So we're just going to remove that real quick. And like I said, that is a glass piece and a wood piece. And as you can see, it has grooves in there so that the egg sits perfectly down in that. I'm not going to do anything with this particular piece right now. We are going to add a couple little cuties in here in a few minutes, but I'm not going to do anything to prepare it. But what I could do if I wanted to, just for an example, I'm going to show you what you could do with some of your other designs. If you have another design, say a plaid or another transfer that has a design like a floral or a plaid. Now this one isn't quite big enough, but I just wanted to show you because this is what I happen to have close by. If you wanted to put a pattern down here on the bottom, just find one of your transfers that has a pattern piece like this, and you can do a base layer on there with that, okay? So super easy to do, makes it cute, just kind of adds to the element of design. If you don't think you're going to be able to see that at all, then don't do anything. But I just wanted to give you that idea in case that was an option that you might want to consider. And we do have lots of transfers that have other designs on it, like small patterns on it. If you're interested in that, feel free to send me a message. I'll be glad to point you in the right direction. But I'm not going to do anything with that today. We're going to work on that in just a few minutes. So what I'm going to do first is when I am working with a piece of glass with a transfer, I always clean it first because even though it has a protective layer on it, it's still, you know, may have some finger oils or fingerprints. I use like a lens cleaner like that. You can just use some alcohol or an alcohol wipe or even, whoops, or even a, some glass cleaner, but just something to kind of clean your surface where you're going to be putting your transfer and your chalk design, because once you put it on there, you're not going to want to be cleaning it a lot. So go ahead and do that just to start with, and that way you be sure that your chalk holds on there really well. So like I said, we are going to use this Hop to It transfer. Now I will tell you, when I am working on glass, if you've followed me for any time, you'll know this, but when I'm working on glass and I'm using one of my transfers, actually this is being used for the first time, so it is super duper sticky. Our transfers are self-adhesive and they are reusable dozens of times. Oh, let me get this put up under here, y'all. They're reusable a dozen times or more, depending on how well you take care of it, but it's super duper sticky when you first use it. I want it to be sticky, but not that much, and glass really likes to grab a hold of my transfer. So I am going to fuzz it, and all that is doing is putting a little bit of lint on my, sticky part to make it not quite as sticky, so that when I go to pull this transfer back off, it's not going to try to pull it so much that it stretches it, because I don't want to stretch it or ruin it. I want to be able to reuse it again year after year if I want to. I might come up with a whole nother idea next year that I want to use the same transfer for. So the other thing that's great about this is our transfers are, they're flexible. They're thin enough that you can kind of wind them around whatever area you want to do. So I am just going to, actually guys, let me do this real quick. I usually use my fuzzing cloth when I'm working with like something that's like this, like it's rounded, and I know you're gonna have a little bit of a hard time seeing it, but I'll show you when I'm done. I am going to use that to kind of just hold it in place. That just helps me so it doesn't roll all around my table. But I am going to figure out the best place to place my transfer and then work it around where I want it to be. You guys, I just want to check something because I actually was toying with the idea of putting this on the inside. Ooh, I think I need to fuzz it a little bit more though. It's really grabbing. Did you guys see that? I just want to, you can even do it this way. We might do it this way just to try something new. Let's see. Because I was going to put it on the outside, but you could also put it on the inside because it is flexible. So I'm just going to fold it up and I'm going to come inside. Now, I didn't wipe the inside, so maybe I should. I don't know if anything would be on it, but who knows, just to be sure. I always like to make sure my area is prepared well. So why not? All right, and let's just see if we could because it's flexible, if we could just place it. Ooh, it's just a little bit more. I gotta think about it a little bit more. Oh, and I have a big old piece of fuzz right there. Make sure you don't have any hair or fuzz or anything that's gonna be right on your silkscreen area, because that will affect how your image turns out. All right, maybe if I hold it like this, because I know once I start placing it down, it's gonna wanna grab. So I'm trying to make sure I have it kind of just, so do you see what I'm doing right now? I just have it kind of placed in there. Let me see if I can turn it a little straighter. Ooh, you guys, I think this might work. Oh, let's try it. Let's just try it. Why not? I mean, it's glass, so if it doesn't work, the worst case scenario, I'll wipe it off and I'll start again. So what I'm going to try to do is get any bubbles out. I want to make sure I have really good contact. Now, it can be a little challenging because this is an oval. It's not a complete, you know, it's not completely straight, all one, you know, size. But if I can get my silkscreen letters to lay flat, then I'm good. And my images, then I'm okay. So just take your time and work with it. It's worth experimenting with. I'm not worried that everything doesn't adhere where I want it to or without any bubbles or bumps, but just my silkscreen areas for sure. Now I'm going to try to get my carrots. So I'm kind of working from the middle and working out. I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm doing here. So the aim is to get the silkscreen area as flat as you can. I might have to do the middle carrot first and then work out. Yep, I'm gonna have to do the middle one first because these guys are kind of angled in at each other. You know, this is gonna take a few more minutes, but you know, the effect's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna look like it was printed on the inside of the glass. Why not? And that way, when you have it, it doesn't, it's gonna be a background to our little scene that we're gonna create in there. If I wanted to, I could even cut my transfer some to make it fit the way I need it to fit. So we'll see. I don't know, I might even just do, we'll see. If I can get it down all the way with all 3 carrots, then great. If not, I'm just gonna do 1. Because I don't want to spend too much time working on this part of it. We may just do the middle one, just for fun. And then get my letters the way they need to be. And the reason I'm trying to make sure I have no bumps is so that when I put my chalk paste on, I won't have bleeds. Because the silk screen and the chalk paste consistency is what holds it in place. I got another piece of fuzz on my silk screen. Get that off. When you have too much like pieces of other items on your silk screen, that means it's time to wash your fuzzing cloth. And if you're washing your towel or your fuzzing cloth, I do suggest don't use fabric softener. Just you know, laundry detergent. All right, guys. All right, so we're just gonna do the middle carrot because I can't get the other 2. Let's see if I can show you guys. Can you see? I can't get the other 2 to lay flat. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I have the ring light. I'm not sure you can see it, but I have it on there. Can you guys see? Oh, I'm so sorry. If I don't have it on there, you guys can't see. All right, let's go ahead and do it. Okay. We're going to go Chalking Skills 101. All right, so I had 2 colors to choose from, and this is my inspiration piece. This is why we're doing the hop to it with the carrot, okay? Because of this, because we're going to use that as a little embellishment. So I have the bright orange, or you could go either way you wanted. This is our Peachy Keen, Peach Cobbler that is our new on Vogue for this year. And then this is our orange peel that we've had around for several years. It's kind of a staple. I'm thinking I'm going to go with the darker orange, so you can choose yourself. I am going to take a smaller squeegee that I can get inside here with and kind of manipulate. So that's our orange peel. It's perfect color to match. It looks just like a carrot. And I'm just going to put it right on my squeegee, and then I'm going to go inside and I'm going to get to work. This part's going to be super fast. Now I may need to pull a green. I didn't think about that. I don't have to work quite as fast just because I think I'm going to have a little bleed just by the way I can tell it's going on. Just because it's glass. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a little bit of a bleed. This would probably be easier on the outside of the glass, or if you used a smaller transfer design as well. Okay, now I didn't think about that, but I think I do need some kind of green. So I'm gonna really quickly grab Meadow to do the top of my carrot. That's gonna be the best color, I think. Hopefully this isn't too thick. I can tell it could use some water. Haven't used it in a while. Ooh, can I get in here with it? Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't get in there. It's too big. Let me get mine on my little teeny tiny. There we go. So that's just a mini squeegee that I cut in half. And it's perfect. Let's get the rest of our carrot done so we can get this out. Okay. Whoops. All right, guys. Can you see what I've done? I am so sorry about that ring light. I'm trying to think what I can do to make it better. Turn it off, I guess. All right, I'm going to do my peel. I will have a couple places to have to clean up because of a couple bubbles that I didn't see I had. And let me spray with that with some water until I can get it to the sink. Did get a little paste there. Can you guys see it? Let me turn this off. Can you guys see? Can you see it? Isn't that cute? And the reason I did it on the inside like that is because if I did it on the outside, I'd have to make sure it was facing the right way. So hopefully you guys can see that. All right, let me put this stuff up out of the way and we'll move on to the next portion. Got too much going on in one little spot. Now, before I finish it all, I will go on and clean it up. I just added a little bit of distilled water to my meadow because it was dried out. And the reason mine's dried out is because I lost my little sealer that goes on the inside of my lid. That's why I have this plastic wrap on it. So I'll just make sure I stir that well next time before I use it. Okay, so what I usually will use is something like this, like my detail tool. And I will go in here with the pointy end. So this is a detail tool. You've got a small squeegee that I tried to use and then a pointy end. And what I would do is go in here and try to clean up a little bit of the smudges. Now I could wait until it was dry or I could do it as it was wet. Okay, either way, but that's what I would do. And it's not really a bunch. Let me see if I can do it. I'm just not gonna be able to show you guys with the ring light, I don't think. If you can see that there's a couple little smudges that I have to clean up. Easily cleanable, especially on the glass. But look, now I can touch all out here and it doesn't matter whether it's dry or not. So let me set that aside. Now all I'm gonna do is I have a couple of these little guys from, it came in a, I think it came in a 3-pack like that. I'm pretty sure they were at the Dollar Tree, but look, I've got like 3 little of our little friends. I don't even know if I can use all of them. I think we might only be able to have room for 2 of them. 2 friends. We're gonna have 2 little friends. And I wish I had a little tiny carrot, but I don't. But we'll just have 2 little friends in our patch, in our little carrot patch. And I am just gonna hot glue those on to the bottom. They even have a little, you guys, they even have a little place like where you could put a stick if you wanted. So we're just gonna kind of put them right here. We'll go ahead and get one down. Hold it for just a few minutes, make sure it sets up. And then I'm gonna grab another one. They look exactly the same, so it doesn't matter which. And it shouldn't take a lot of hot glue. And you can position them however you want. I'm just gonna kind of have them right next to each other like they're hanging out together. I think I told you guys this before. I make little stories up about my craft. Apparently, if I had the tiniest little orange, not orange, carrot, it would be so cute. You know what I might do? I might even try to cut one little tiny, couple little tiny. So this actually came on a trim pack. I don't know if you guys saw those at the Dollar Tree. It came with it, right? And they're little carrots. And I'm going to glue these around the outside here. So let me do that first. These little rabbits are shedding a little bit. So just so you know, that's what I'm messing around with. So we are going to glue this around the edge of this piece. So let me go ahead and get a little bit of glue on here. We're going to start, and then if you want it to be permanent and you don't think you're going to take it off, then do it a lot. But if you only wanted, and it's going to stand up a little bit over the edge, you guys can see, but then just go around and every once in a while throw a little dab of glue on there. It's not going to take a lot, guys. Just going to work it around. I just thought this was the cutest little ribbon that they made. You could use a fancy ribbon if you want it to be a little more, instead of cute, you wanted it to be a little more, I like to make my decor fun in a lot of places. Some places I do it a little more sophisticated, but all right, that's good right there. I'm gonna cut that before I glue it. Luckily it matches up right where another, here it goes. I'll match them up, and I might put a little something here. I don't know. So now we have this cute little base right here around. Isn't it adorable? Isn't that cute? Okay, so I'm gonna glue that over here for a second. I actually think I'm gonna cut a couple more of these right on the ribbon and give each one of them a carrot. Since they're a match and they're so cute. Now this is gonna be challenging to do this without getting it on my fingers on my glue gun. To his little paws. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, you guys, that's so cute. All right, now let's see for this one. Where's he gonna go? This one, I'm just gonna put it on the front of him somewhere. Look, they each got their little carrots. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Okay, so if you wanted also at this point, you could be, you know, done. There you go. There you go, right? You could be done if you wanted. Now, you could also, I did not, did I get this? No, I got this at Walmart. I was gonna say, did I get this? No, I got it at Walmart. Still, it wasn't very expensive. If you have some moss of some kind, whatever moss kind you want, green, or if you want green, or if you want even raffia, you could use raffia if you want to give them a little more greenery around their little world. Then you could do this, and you could glue it or not glue it. That's completely up to you. This is kind of sturdy enough that you don't have to glue it. You could just kind of tuck it. I don't want to cover up their carrots too much, but if you wanted to add another little bit of element to it to make it look more natural, like they were actually in the wild, you could. I don't want to cover up his little carrot, so I'm trying to place it a little bit better. Just gonna put it around them. If you wanted to glue it and tuck it up close, then you could kind of control it a little bit, but it's actually pretty easy to manipulate. It's not like too fly away. Okay, so once you have that where you want it, you could be done. And then you can do one of two things. Now you got the cutest little project ever, right? Oh, sorry guys, I got a message. Now you got the cutest little project ever. Let's see if I can turn that off. Put something behind it so you guys can see it. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. You could put other things in there maybe if you wanted. If you wanted to put eggs or little things like that, you could. But it's ready to go just like that. Like I said, I might put a little something here. I don't know what. I'm not sure what. I'll have to think about it. Like just to kind of show where it's the front. But then you only see the hop to it like as a background. It's just another little element, and then you still get to enjoy your little scene. If you wanted to make it permanent so that you would not have to worry about the glass coming off, if you don't think you're going to change it out or anything like that, then just take a bead of your hot glue around this little groove that they've put down there for your, but as you can see that the moss is kind of holding it in place. But just put a little bead of hot glue around the bottom before you put your lid down on it, and then you're good. You're good to go. So that's my idea. I hope you guys like that. Thanks so much for joining me in the craft room. I hope it inspires you to give something a try. And as always, if you have any questions, ask in comments, send me a message. That's what I'm here for. And until I see you next time, be safe, be healthy, and be blessed. Bye, guys.